A plaintiff filed suit in court, and a defendant tried to enforce an arbitration agreement. One of the plaintiff's claims was brought under a state law that forbade arbitration, leaving the litigants and courts wrestling with the scope and supremacy of the Federal Arbitration Act in Southland v. Keating. Southland was the franchisor of 7-Eleven stores. As a franchisor, Southland entered into agreements with many franchisees. Under the Southland franchise agreements, Southland leased store space to franchisees and permitted use of 7-Eleven logos. The franchisees needed to pay Southland a portion of the profits. The franchise agreements also required arbitration to resolve any disputes between the parties. Richard Keating and several other franchisees filed lawsuits against Southland in state court, bringing various claims, including breach of contract. Ultimately, the cases were consolidated into a class action, and Southland tried to compel arbitration. One of Keating's claims was for violation of California's franchise investment law, which didn't permit arbitration. The Superior Court compelled arbitration except for the claim under the franchise investment law. The California Court of Appeal reversed to compel arbitration for all claims and based part of its reasoning on the supremacy of the Federal Arbitration Act, which required arbitration. The California Supreme Court reversed again, holding that California law didn't conflict with the Federal Arbitration Act, and California's franchise investment law explicitly required a court, not an arbitrator, to address claims under the law. The United States Supreme Court addressed the matter pursuant to a federal law that allowed the court to hear cases about conflicts between state and federal laws after a final decision from the highest state court.